Hey guys, my name is Jeannie. Welcome to my channel, and for returning subscribers, hey friends, welcome back. So today's video is going to be really different from the content that I usually do on this channel, which is usually makeup. In this video, I'm going to be focusing on a health and wellness journey that I want to start. I want to include you guys in on the journey step by step. The name of my health and wellness journey is Losing 35 Before 35, because I'm going to be 35 in June this year. If you can believe it, like I can't even believe it myself, but I'm gonna be 35 this year and I wanna lose 35 pounds. And that gives me a good 4 to 5 months to really be serious, dedicated, and committed. And by filming this, I'm keeping myself accountable because I know myself, I'm not gonna wanna fail online. And also, I just want to help other people who might be struggling with the same issues that I've been struggling with for a couple of years now. So if you guys want to join in on this journey with me, please do. I would love for us to just be a community and share our successes, our struggles, and just everyday real life stuff when it comes to health and wellness and losing weight. So with that being said, let's hop right into the video. I'm nervous. Let me stop. Ooh. Before we get into the nitty gritty, I just want to make a disclaimer. If you're sensitive to topics about weight loss and weight in general, this is probably not the best video for you. If you suffer from ED, I suggest that you consult a medical doctor along with a mental health professional. Everything I speak about in my videos going forward is purely my opinion. I am not a medical doctor by any means, and follow what I'm doing at your own risk. I would honestly prefer that if you guys have any underlying conditions that you consult a medical doctor before making any changes to your diet and exercise routine. Please guys, take that seriously. Let's talk about body image. I am on a health and weight loss journey, but I want to stress the importance of loving yourself no matter what shape and form you're in. Even though I've gained weight in the last couple of years, I still think that I'm beautiful, and I still tell myself that I'm beautiful, and I truly believe that. And I hope the same for you all. I don't want you guys to tell yourself negative things throughout this journey. I want you guys to look at your bodies and still appreciate it for the beauty that it has. Being smaller or losing weight doesn't make you a better person, it doesn't make you smarter, and it doesn't make you inherently more worthy of love. So I just want us to keep that in mind as we're going through this journey. It's perfectly fine to want to change something about yourself, but you can still change something about yourself and still be loving towards yourself. It's fine to acknowledge that, maybe you've gained weight like I have and that you want to change it and that you'd be a little bit happier if you were more comfortable in your body, but still in that, say positive affirmations about yourself currently at every stage that you're in. Let's not go ham. I don't want to hear from you guys oh, I look disgusting, I look fat. You don't look disgusting, you don't look fat, you look fine, you look beautiful. You still look beautiful. You're still worthy of love, and I want all of you guys to remember that as we go throughout this journey. Okay? And that's just a little tough love for me, but yes, I'm bullying you. I'm bullying you into self-love, okay? So we're gonna be positive throughout this journey. And I want you guys to hold me accountable for that, and I'm gonna hold you guys accountable for that as well. Now that I've bullied you guys a little bit, let's get into some background information on my history with weight and weight loss and just what my journey overall has been like. Growing up, I never had struggles with gaining weight. It wasn't until college that I actually gained the freshman 15, and I was like, whoa, you can actually gain weight from eating badly all the time. It was the first time that I really managed my own eating by myself without my parents having the food in the refrigerator and me just eating what they had. So at that point, I really realized okay, if you want to maintain your weight, you have to really just watch what you eat sometimes. So when that happened in college, I went on a kind of low carb diet. Then after that, around the time I was maybe 25, I also gained about 10-20 pounds. And then I also did another low carb diet where it was I just didn't eat carbs during the week, and then on the weekends I would eat what I wanted to. And that worked for me at the time, but now that I look back at it, it really isn't sustainable. So that's why I feel I've had a couple of moments where I would gain about 15 pounds or 20 pounds and then go on a low carb diet to kind of backtrack to where I was before. So in the past, I would always stick around 120, and that was always my goal weight. So if I was 130 or 140, then that's when I would go on these low carb diets and then just like lose the weight. But that's only happened maybe twice in my life. So outside of those experiences, I really haven't had much issues with gaining weight and losing weight. Now that I'm in my 30s, honey, let me tell you, it is a whole different ball game. I used to hear people say like, it's so hard to lose weight in your 30s. And I was like, yeah, okay. Like if you just eat no carbs, like you'll be fine if you just exercise. But now that I'm actually turning 35, I see how difficult it is. Like even in your early 30s, it's still a little bit easier, but once you get towards your mid 30s, it's really difficult to lose the weight. You have to actually make a consistent effort. Like it's not just, you know, you make a little effort here and there and the weight just falls off like it did in college. It's like you really have to be consistent. In the past, my goal weight was always 120, and that's where I like to stay at. That's where I was comfortable. But now that I'm older, I really see that that's not really where I thrive and feel comfortable. For me, my goal weight is closer to 140 now. That's where I feel like I look good and it's sustainable for me. Now that you guys have some background information on my history with weight gain, weight loss, and all of that, I want to talk to you guys about some barriers that I've had to losing weight in the last 3 years. Like, I don't even know where to start because so many things have contributed to the fact that I've gained weight over time. And to me, it's been rather rapid, but I know that it actually took like about 3 years for me to fully gain 35 pounds. But I'll say that stress has been probably the #1 factor for me gaining weight. I was so stressed out all the time, and I'm just starting to like regulate to get back to my baseline personality where I'm not super high stress all the time. So I had a job and it really stressed me out. Like it was so stressful. And the way that I would cope is just by eating whatever I wanted. I didn't realize that I was overeating at the time. I wouldn't necessarily eat too much in one sitting, but when I would eat, it would never be anything that was healthy. It would be stuff that I just liked. And as an adult, I had to realize like everything that you eat doesn't need to be like, oh my God, that's delicious. Like it doesn't need to be mac and cheese or a burger or pizza every single time that you eat. I think for me, food just became a really big coping mechanism. You know, I had therapy and I did all that stuff and I learned coping mechanisms that I thought were more helpful to me, but in the moment of the stress, sometimes all of that stuff flies out of the window, and that's why being consistent with everything in life is so important, because you want to be able to lean back on those things when you're stressed out. But unfortunately, I leaned into just eating unhealthy food and eating them way too often. My job was a really big factor in stressing me out, and I'm really happy to say that I quit that job. Like, I quit. I said, bye, sayonara. Like, I was like, I'm out of here. You hear me? I'm gone. Bye-bye. I was like, nothing is worth the stress in life. I'm like, it's giving me headaches. It's making me want to cry. I was so stressed out. I'm like, this isn't worth it. And I'm gaining weight. And I'm not taking care of myself. You know, that's not what I want for my life. Thankfully, I was in a position where I was able to quit that job. And I was a teacher, so if anybody is a teacher, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, especially a special education teacher, especially in New York City. If that's you, then you know exactly, like, we're here, and you know exactly what I mean by being stressed out. But yes, that was a big stressor, and also just anxiety. I had a lot of life changes, and just like finding out who I was as a person, like growing into myself. Like sometimes that growing into yourself process can be really hard. Like sometimes all of the things that you used to know, all the things that you thought you liked, all the people that you thought were important to you are not important to you anymore. And sometimes that shift in like life can be really stressful and anxiety provoking as well. So I feel like that also had a big part to play in it. In addition to having stress and anxiety from job and just life changes, I also just had no time partly because of my job. I had no time to exercise, I didn't manage my time well, and I had no time to meal prep, or even if I did have time, it never felt like I did because the stress and anxiety was ruling my life. So I was basically like mentally paralyzed from doing anything good for myself because of the amount of stress and anxiety that I was under. Those have been such big barriers, but in 2025, we're breaking them. We're breaking them, okay? We're saying bye to that stress, we're saying bye to that anxiety, and we're gonna focus on ourselves and our well-being. I know that's easier said than done, but we're gonna do it. Oh my gosh, I've told you guys so much about myself now. I feel like this is the most I've probably ever shared on my channel, but welcome to me. I want to share with you guys my measurements and my weight and all of that good stuff. My starting weight is 172 as of today, and today is February 1st. So that gives me a good 4 to 5 months to lose 35 pounds and leave me at my goal weight of 140 pounds. So let's get into measurements. So I measured myself the other day and my bust was 42 around my bust, and my waist is 35 inches, and my hips are like 42, 43 inches, but I mean, I'm not really looking to lose anything off my hips at all because I barely have any to begin with. So like, just leave my hips alone, please. I'm really working on my bust and my waist measurements. I would really like to see those go down in addition to seeing the pounds get lower on the scale. So that's what I'm working with right now. I'm gonna see what that number looks like every 2 weeks going forward. So now that you guys have my stats, I want to share with you guys my goals overall for losing weight and being healthier, because it's not just losing weight. I actually want to be healthier in terms of, you know, my cholesterol, my sugar, like all those things. I want to eat more vegetables, you know, because you can lose weight, but it doesn't have to be from healthy methods. So I want to be healthier and lose weight. That is my goal, and I hope that is your goal as well. One of my big goals is to consume a lot less sugar than I do already. I have a bad sweet tooth. You know how bad it is, especially around that time of the month? Oh my God, like the way that I want to eat all the cake in the world is crazy. Diabetes runs heavily in my family, and I want to avoid getting diabetes for as long as possible. And don't be fooled, even if you're thin and you're watching this video, it doesn't mean that your sugar can't be high. It doesn't mean that you can't have diabetes or pre-diabetes. So I urge everyone, no matter what size you are, go check your hemoglobin A1C levels. Make sure that you're not like at high risk, and if you are, then now's your time to look into it and do something about it. Also just want to be more active, not only for my physical health, but for my mental health. I notice that whenever I work out, my stress is just much lower. I feel happier. They say when you work out, you release those happy endorphins. So I think it's really good stress management, and it also has the added benefit of helping you lose weight. So I want to be more active indoors and outdoors, especially when it gets warmer. I love to hike. I love to walk. I want to take advantage of those things that I already enjoy doing and really incorporate them into an overall healthy lifestyle routine for myself. Along with being more active, I want to stretch more. My body is always so tight. I swear, I'm always so stiff. And as you get older, you really need to stretch your body. You really need to stretch your body. Like, if you don't, you will see it. Like, the way I have been getting up from chairs lately, I'm like, ain't no way I'm getting up from a chair like this. I'm only 34. Like, I'm getting out of a chair like an 80-year-old. So I'm like, I need to stretch. I need to stretch. So that's definitely a goal, to stretch. I love yoga. I've done Pilates a few times. I like that as well. But even in the house, I just want to do yoga like I used to. I used to do yoga like every morning, and I really fell off when stress hit me really badly, but that's something that I want to add to my goal of being active. I want to start by doing at least 30 minutes on the elliptical 3 days out of the week. That is a low goal that I feel like I can achieve without stressing myself off, because you know, when you start a new routine, you have to go gradually and slowly. Like, you can't just like throw yourself into it. You have to do it slowly, or you're gonna do it, you might go hard for a week and then you're never gonna do it again. So I want to start low there, and we're gonna build up as time goes on. Another goal of mine is definitely to drink less alcohol. I think we all know the negative effects of alcohol, and it also can really impede your progress on on losing weight. So that's something that I also want to focus on. I want to be more of just a social drinker, like when I go out. And even still then, like I'm not a big drinker now. I'll have like 1 or 2 drinks when I go out, but within the house, like I'll typically have a glass of wine with dinner, and I think I want to do that just a little bit less to decrease my intake. So that is definitely one of my goals as well. Another goal of mine is to prioritize more fiber and protein in my diet. So I know I'm like 34, but it's still a struggle for me to eat vegetables sometimes. And I know there's ways that you can make it delicious, but when I'm stressed out, all I want is a cheeseburger. All I want are fries. All I want is pizza. I'm like, no, like I'm stressed. I need I need ice cream. What do you mean broccoli? I don't want broccoli. So I feel like I have to really prioritize fiber, and a lot of fiber comes from vegetables, so I have to do a lot better at that. I think anyone who's heavily in the gym knows how crucial protein is to keeping you satiated, you know, keeping you full. I think it'll help a lot along the journey. When I did my research, I saw that a healthy rate of losing weight is about 2 pounds per week, and if you lose it any faster than that, you risk losing the weight too quickly and gaining it all back. So I want to go slow and the right way. I know that a lot of people might say you can lose 35 pounds in 2 months, but for me, I already know that that's not sustainable, and personally I don't want to do that. So I'm going to be taking the slow approach because I want my weight loss to be sustainable, and I don't want to stress out my body by doing anything that I shouldn't. I'm going to be doing about 21 weeks, so I'm going to be doing from now, which is February 1st, to June 28th, which is my birthday. 21 weeks times the 2 pounds that is safe to lose a week is 42 pounds. So if I subtract that from my current weight, it's a little bit more weight than what I said, but I want to leave that little margin of error because some weeks are going to be better than others, and I don't want to be too strict and stringent about that number. My goal is to go slow and sustainable, but I think if I'm consistent, then I will definitely reach that goal. And making this video alone is so much accountability because, like I said before, I don't want to fail on the internet. So I'm gonna feel like you guys are counting on me because we're in this together, right? So I'm counting on you to be my accountability buddy, and you're counting on me to be your accountability buddy. So we can't let each other down, right? Like we gotta do this. Like we're locked in now. Okay, we're locked in. If you don't hit the goal that you made for yourself, don't be too hard on yourself. I think any progress is great. Don't beat yourself up about it. I won't beat myself up about it, but I'm telling you, I'm very determined to do this, so I'm gonna hit this goal weight, okay? I'm gonna do it because I just wanna feel happier. I wanna feel more comfortable in my body. I wanna love taking pictures again. If you guys have ever seen my Instagram, I like taking pictures, but I honestly haven't even taken full body pictures in so long, and I really want to change that because I feel like I've lost a little bit of who I am with gaining weight, and it's not making me feel as like I'm not an extroverted person by any means. I'm really introverted, but I feel like there's certain things that I just enjoy doing, and now I'm like, yeah, I'd rather not because I'm uncomfortable. So I want to change that, and I hope that you guys join me on this journey. I'm super excited to start this journey. Going forward, every 2 weeks, you guys can expect a weigh-in from me and just an update about how my journey is going in general. So in addition to stepping on the scale and showing you guys my progress every 2 weeks, I'm also going to reassess what I'm doing to see if it's actually working or if I need to do something else along this journey. So we're definitely going to take time to reassess. I think that's the cool thing about doing this in real time with you guys. I'm really, 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 really excited to start this journey with you guys, and please let me know if you guys are going to be joining me, or if you guys are just watching and supporting, that's cool too, but let me know in the comments down below. And if you are joining me, if you're comfortable sharing your starting weight and your goal weight, then please leave that in the comments down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.